Mother-in-law announced my pregnancy on Facebook before we even had the chance to tell everybody we wanted to. Husband hit the roof. Pretty much the title. Last weekend we gave our parents the go-ahead to tell their family and friends the happy news. We should have thought to caveat that with, but not on social media, because she's a classic boomer that loves Facebook. I'm currently really struggling with hyperemesis, and when it happened, I hadn't been able to eat and keep it down for 24 hours. I struggled to care and didn't want confrontation, but texted her to ask to remove our tags from the post so at least only her friends would see the news and we would still have control over telling ours. So many people liked and commented, even my brother-in-law's ex-girlfriend. The post was primarily centered about how excited she was to become a grandparent. What I didn't know was that my brother-in-law had seen the post as soon as it went up, and he called her to tell her to take it down. She said, "Get off your high horse. They've told me I can tell people." He tried to say yeah, but not on Facebook, and she just got defensive with him. She went to my father-in-law for support. He agreed with brother-in-law, and again, she didn't listen. Then she got the text from me. She replied with the classic thumbs up, and I thought it was taken care of. But no. She rang my husband to whine and say she's just asked me to take down the post. That's not fair, or something to that effect. My husband hadn't seen the post, so he had no idea what she was talking about. But when she explained, he was furious. He said it wasn't her news to share publicly, and Facebook isn't just telling your friends and family, especially when you tag us. The argument went back and forth. She again tried to get support from father-in-law, who was on our side. She said, "Look what you're doing. You're driving a wedge between me and your dad, and we'll get a divorce, and it will be all your fault." Well, that was it then. Husband went nuclear. Edited to add, she did end up deleting the post. He called me almost in tears because he was worried about me and work, and now this too. I felt so awful. We've had issues with her for years, but it's just getting worse and worse, as we predicted it would when a baby came into the picture. I just don't know what to do, and I'm still so sick, so I'm really struggling to care. She's not my mom, and I want as little to do with her as possible. No matter what is explained to her, she just never gets it and just keeps pushing for what she wants and never truly apologizes or proves her growth. Anyway, now she's texting me, asking how I am like nothing happened. She doesn't know I was in the hospital yesterday getting IV fluids and strong anti-sickness medicine because we just can't be bothered to tell her. I'm at a loss for how to proceed and feel like my husband needs to have serious boundary setting and a talk with her where every rule and expectation is explicitly laid out in front of her and see what happens next. Either way, I want nothing to do with it. Okay. I'm going to preface this because I agree with them, obviously. Like, I'm totally on OP's side about this, but I do also understand where it could be misconstrued when you say you can tell everyone the happy news. You know what I mean? I don't know, because I just feel like I could, if someone told me that, I would probably take it. I would not be posting about that. But maybe if I was like the grandma, I would, because I'd be so excited and I'd be like, oh my God, they said I could tell people. Like, I probably wouldn't really, I don't know. Am I making excuses for her? Maybe. But like I can see where it would go wrong. But reading the rest of this post, it does seem like she's also we're going to get a divorce and that will be all your fault is insane and crazy of you to say. Like, no, don't say that. But regardless of that, reading through the rest of the post did seem like this isn't the first time that she's like crossed boundaries or refused to do something or like taken into consideration anything, and like she's kind of, you're having problems with her a lot. So I don't know the history, and maybe this is like just another thing added on to all the annoying shit that she does. But I feel like if this was a first time offense and she just like accidentally did that, the saying no, like the all, you know, when the brother-in-law came to her and said that like that you probably shouldn't tell Facebook, that was a little bit crazy, because it's like, hey, so maybe listen to people. But I'm glad she at least said like okay when OP went and asked. I don't know, guys, please I don't think that she's in the right, okay? Let me get that straight. I'm just saying, I'm being devil's avocado right now and saying that I understand why she might have misconstrued that and thought that it was okay to post on Facebook. But I think the rest of the story and everything else is crazy of her and not okay. But The top comment says, Gray Rock using the same thumbs up to every text. Also, she's the last to know when Lo arrives because Lo. That's going to be posted publicly on Facebook. Oh, little one. That's what Lo means. The instant she hears about it. Drop the rope, Gray Rock, info diet. Let husband deal with her. When you go into labor, do not tell them. This sucks because it does look like there are people telling her she's wrong, but she will post it and be blowing up everyone's phone. When baby is here, make your own Facebook post about it and then call father-in-law and not mother-in-law. I hope the rest of your pregnancy is well and you have a safe delivery. Someone said, don't get mad. Just put her on an information diet and put her in a timeout. She's going to do whatever she wants. Angry just makes her dig her heels in. Not the information diet. This person said, my mother-in-law and father-in-law told a ton of people about my pregnancy before we even gave the general go-ahead. So we decided they don't get to find out till it's public news next time. See, that's crazy to me. Like if you were to tell her and then she went and posted a Facebook post about it once she found out, that's insane to me. But the only reason I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt is just because you said, oh, you can go tell people, whatever. But yeah. Someone said, you need to clearly tell her that because she shared previous news on social media that you are not comfortable with sharing further information. She needs consequences, especially if she's not listening to others. Yeah, she definitely needs to listen to people when they tell her that she's in the wrong. So I can understand where they're coming from with that and all of the other stuff as well. It's just, she's clearly something is a little twisted, like some wires are a little bit twisted or something, because her saying that you're the reason that your husband would be the reason that she and her husband get divorced is such a wild thing to say, especially to your own child, even if they're an adult, even if they're a grown-up adult. Like, you saying that is just like, there's a screw loose. Okay, we're going to move on to the next story, though. The title is, My Mother-in-Law Scheduled a Family Photo Shoot for the Day We Come Home from the Hospital. I need to know if I'm the just no here, because my husband thinks that I'm overreacting. I'm 38 weeks pregnant with our first baby. We just got the final confirmation that we're being induced next Tuesday if baby doesn't come before then. We told our immediate families, including my mother-in-law, with strict instructions that we want no visitors at the hospital and at least 2 days alone at home to settle in. Tonight, my mother-in-law sends a group text with a link to a Sunset Glow family photo shoot that she is booked and paid for Thursday evening. We're expected to be discharged from the hospital Thursday afternoon. She wrote, quote, so excited to capture our family's new beginning. I've already bought matching outfits for everyone, unquote. I lost it. I will have just gone through labor, likely be exhausted and sore. My newborn will be less than 48 hours old, and she expects me to go to a photo shoot in matching outfits with her. My husband said, quote, she's just excited. It's a nice gesture. We can probably just go for an hour. I told him, absolutely not. This is a massive boundary stomp. She was told no immediate visitors, and her response is to schedule a mandatory stressful photo op for our literal first evening home. He says I'm being ungrateful for the gift. Am I crazy? This feels like a power play to me, to insert herself as the matriarch of this new family from minute one. I'm about to email the photographer to cancel it myself. Oh, you are not crazy. Anyone with 2 brain cells would know you don't do that. They shouldn't even have to be told that you want time alone when you get home with your newborn baby and you don't want to be doing a photo shoot the day after you give birth. What? This husband has got to get a grip on himself. Hello? No. And her saying, her saying our family's new beginning. Whose new beginning? Just had a baby. My husband just had a baby. You get a fun little new addition. You get a grandchild. Sure. There's no new beginning for you. Like, what? You're not the mother of this child. What the hell, Leonte, are you talking about? The top comment said, it's not a nice gesture. It's thoughtless and kind of mean, actually, which are things you shouldn't have to fake gratitude for. I'll assume your husband just doesn't realize how intense the labor and first few weeks are going to be, and that he'll realize what a complete idiot he's being after the fact. But Jesus effing Christ. Your mother-in-law has to know better. That's insane. Yeah, your mother-in-law does know better. And if you're marrying, oh my God, sorry, but if you're having a baby with a man who doesn't know how intense labor in the first few weeks are going to be, jail, cruel and unusual punishment for him immediately, dirt smoothie, whatever, like, please, come on. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.